Hello and welcome back to Pixel Perfect, episode 47. My name is Okada, and if you haven't noticed in the background already, it is time for Ficsmas. You can see we have a present being airdropped as it is. So today we are going to start making progress into Ficsmas. I genuinely do not know how much we're going to do. It has been a very long time since I have done the Ficsmas event. In fact, I believe I only did the first Ficsmas event, and I don't think I've actually done it since then. So I don't know what kind of changes have been done. I know they haven't changed since last year, but I didn't do last year's event. So we're going to go through that journey together. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know how much infrastructure it's going to require. I'm walking blind into this, and I'm excited to do so. I really loved the first Ficsmas event. I've been looking forward to doing this again, and I'm looking forward to doing it with you guys. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to run around, grab some packages. I know we need to go to, I believe, the MAM and start the unlock process and just start building up. So we're going to play it by ear. We're going to go along together. We're probably also going to do some of this on a live stream, and we'll just kind of see how the episode goes. So I'm going to run around real quick, get the initial packages I need so that we can start this together. Now, so as I was running around and picking up these Ficsmas gifts, it occurred to me that you may not know what Ficsmas is. If you're new to this game, or maybe if you missed the event last year, it is, as the name implies, it is the Christmas event for Satisfactory, and we need to access a couple of locations. The Advent calendar being one of them. How many gifts did I pick up? 200. All right, excellent. And the MAM. So we're going to start off with this, and the reason we're starting off here is because we're going to very quickly run into a roadblock in the progress of Ficsmas, because not all of the branches of the Ficsmas tree, research tree, can be unlocked right from the beginning. There are some items that you can only acquire through this calendar, the Advent calendar. So we're going to jump up to day 3 because I happen to know that's where the first important item unlocks. Also, we're not at the end of the month yet, so not all of them are available anyway. Each one of the days unlocks another window into this calendar. So if you want to look for day 1, 2, and 3, you might want to pause the video real quick, I already know where they're at. And we are going to go ahead and unlock them. Day 1, right here, is on the doggo tongue. And 100 gifts, which is what we needed to begin with. That's all right. We're going to need more anyway. Day 2 is up here in the smokestack. It's going to give us some snowballs, all right. And day 3 is the important one, and I just forgot where it was at. Oh, down here on the package, the present. This is going to give us our first red ornament. So that is what we needed. We will come back to this later on, depending on how much time it takes to make this video and when it's going to come out, and what day it is by the time we wrap it up. But we need to go to the MAM. In fact, we don't need to go to the MAM. Let's just build one right here. And you'll see we now have a new segment here for the Ficsmas holiday event. And ultimately what we're doing is we are looking to build this giant Ficsmas tree and upgrade it. Basically, we're going to upgrade it as we go along. So as you can see, we'll get access to it right at the beginning, but it's just a bare tree. And for now, what we really need is these tree branches. So we're going to spend our 100 gifts, unlock the tree and the branches, and these gifts that are falling from the sky, and now they are not falling from the sky. Well, okay, we'll run up here and get some. These gifts, that's all they have. All those packages always have Ficsmas gifts in them. Actually, let's leave that there. You know what? Let's clean this up because we've needed to clean this up for so long. Let's see here. Just get this out of the way. All right. I'm going to start that unloading, and we'll we'll use these for the starter stuff. But we're going to need a bunch of these gifts. In fact, I should have looked at the man. Let me grab this gift real quick. Like another rule. Oh no, in the water. In regards to these gifts, I'm trying to say when we got splashed down, is that they're not spawning all around the map. They're spawning just in the area around you. And there are only so many of them that can be spawned at any given time. So, you know, as we were looking around and none of them were falling, that's because the maximum that can fall in the area are already on the ground. So if you get in that situation, you either need to find the ones that are on the ground and pick them up so that new ones can fall, or just leave the area entirely because the ones that were in that area will despawn, and then the area you're in will start to spawn new ones. So don't fret. It's not, you know, nothing's broke. Oh, we got someone join. Cook. Stay away. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. So if they're not falling for you, that's what you'll need to do. Like we could jump on our train and just get out of the area, but that's not necessary. So real quick, while that's emptying, let's look also what we're going to have to do for our unlocking. Should have done this when we were first on the man. So when we unlocked the branches, we unlocked these 3 items here. And this will be the next thing that we're going to unlock, the candy cane basher, which is just another handheld weapon, but also the candy canes. So the branches will give us the candy canes. We'll use candy canes to unlock a candy cane, which is a decorative item that we can place in the world, and then Ficsmas bows, which are another thing that we're going to need to produce. And then they will lead us to unlocking the bulbs. Now, here's where we needed that red ornament. You see, it takes a red ornament to unlock the red ornaments. And that's going to be true going down through the Ficsmas tree, that we will run into a roadblock where we cannot unlock anything further until later on in the event. But for now, we know that we can get past this point, and we're going to need to set up manufacturing to get us some branches, and then we will need to set up manufacturing to get us some candy canes and then some bows. So I'm going to let this thing empty out, and I'm going to run around and grab some more gifts, and then we'll probably just throw some stuff together here in the yard, just, you know, like temporarily, and then we'll move on to somewhere more stable, because this is a big event and there will be a lot of manufacturing that will be needed to be done throughout it. So we're not going to be doing all that in the yard. So let's let that storage run itself out so we can clean up this yard and get our initial stuff started. Okay, we got the yard kind of cleaned up a bit. Got rid of that stuff that was right in there. And all the rebar are now in that storage. And I went ahead and flipped over the 2 machines that are already there and threw a third one in the line just to speed us up a little bit. And we'll get those presents in a minute. It's seeing some frame loss too. Ooh. I don't know if this is a problem with update 7 or if this is just the event. Anyway, we should have enough branches for now. Let's grab those. And I think it was 50. Yes, it was. Excellent. All right, and let's check that real quick before we run away from it. We only need 10 candy canes. That's convenient. Let's just shift one of these bad boys over. It's 15 gifts. Well, it's 3 to 1, but it's 15 a minute. All right, so we need 2 minutes worth. Speed it up a little bit. And let's throw some more gifts in here. And excuse me, Mr. Bean. Run over here and grab these real quick, like while those are producing. All right, we should have at least 10 canes by now. Canes? Hello? There we go. I guess I get a little overzealous with my estimate on time. I forgot that, you know, we're parting a, excuse me, sir. We're parting a Mark 1 belt 3 ways, so getting them going initially takes a little time. All right. Enjoy these early quick unlocks. Let's give us our bow. And we're gonna need 20 bows, or 30 bows and 20 canes. Let's look at what the recipe for the bows is. 2 to 1. That's a little bit better. But we said we need 30 of those, 20 of the other ones. So I'm just going to pop some more of these in here. We're gonna time warp up to the unlock state and unlock the next thing, because again, this part goes pretty quickly, but it's going to ramp up real fast. There will come a point where we will unlock a tree, a different Christmas tree, that actually produces gifts for us, and we'll no longer have to run around and get gifts. But until then, we're going to need a ton of them. So I'm going to run around. There's actually a couple other things I want to do around the map anyway, and it'll be a good opportunity for me to get some gifts, and then we'll pick up from there. All right, a little break from the Ficsmas stuff for the moment. I wanted to, something I've been thinking about between episodes. And I came here to check this out while I was gathering packages, and sure enough, we have a bottleneck here. And this was something I was aware of, and we've run into it, in fact, in the past, but we've only run into it when we have temporary trains. And we have put up a temporary train for the space elevator parts. And I was like, you know, I had optimized this area a little bit, but I knew it was still vulnerable. And this is just kind of laziness on my part, not to fix this properly. And so now's the time to fix this properly. But our train network has gotten full enough of trains that we need to actually address not just using blocking signals, but actually using pathing signals to reserve the paths through all of this, congestion here. And I've turned off all these trains. They were all stuck where they were at, because I wanted to make it's just a quick upgrade to the setup, and this is going to give me an opportunity to test it to make sure it's working properly. And I don't know that I can really well explain how pathing signals work instead of blocking signals. Honestly, the best source I found for explaining it in a video was the official Update 5 video from Chase from Coffee Stain Studios. But essentially, the pathing signals will allow the trains to reserve not only the block of rail that they're on, but the rail past the pathing signal. And also, it will reserve specifically the rail that it's going to take, which will allow more than one train to actually pass through the same block, as long as they're all adhering to pathing signals. So I want to change this to a pathing signal. And I'm just going to set up all the entrances to this block. In fact, I'm gonna simplify this a bit. So that they reserve, before they ever get here, which path they're going to take. And even if rails cross, like right here, these hitboxes are aware of each other. So right now, So right now, as you can see, it's all part of one block, right? So if a train were going this way and were to enter here, a train going the other way couldn't pass through because it knows that this is part of one block and it reserves the whole block. However, if we use a pathing signal, we know, or the trains know, say if no one's coming out here, there's not going to be a train crossing that way. So it'll preserve that line and this line, and they'll pass each other no problem. Now we still need to have the block so it knows to segment them in case they are going to conflict. So we just want to, we are getting some serious frame loss as part of, I think, the update or the the Ficsmas event. But everywhere that we are entering the area, we want a pathing signal so that it reserves its path through the big old merger. All right. I did a little crude, a little fast, but I think I didn't miss anything. We want a blocking signal on the way out, pathing signal on the way in. So that's the out. Oh, did we get rid of the going out signal here? We did. All right. I'm going to run around and turn all these trains on real quick, so let's just go into a quick high speed. All right, so ideally, this should no longer cause any problems. This guy is going home? Nope, he's going this way. Or he might be going home. That might be the shortest route. But that's why he slowed down, because that guy was actually crossing that location there. Ooh, power drain warning. Oh, they added a warning for that. Yes. Oh, that was my big complaint all along about how batteries were not useful because they weren't, there was no notification that it was actually draining. Now, I know you're probably wondering, why is it draining? We have an 85 gigawatt power plant. Well, yes, but the 85 gigawatt power plant right now is disconnected from the network. Not because it needs to be, but because I forgot to reconnect it after all the testing. But that's great. That's awesome. That's giving us, you know, that gave us some information that they have made that modification. And of course, with these trains all being, this might not be on the network, it is, okay. With all these trains being congested, there was no coal getting to the power plant. So it's all running now. All right, I need to get back to collecting up gifts. All right, we're back at the base. Going around for more, more gifts. Oh, really? All the way up there? You know, I threw what I had before I ran out of the area to go check on the trains, but I think we got, yeah, this should be enough. And we got a fair number of packages while we were gone. Wait for the autosave. Let's go ahead and unlock the next piece. Yeah, we have way more than we need. I mean, we'll probably need that for other stuff anyway. All right.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Ficsmas is coming to town.
She's not very charming, is she? All right. Oh, good. So we already have enough for the A friend unlock, or the Snowman, and to be able to make actual snow. Let's just go ahead and knock that out right now. This right over here is what we really care about. All right. So the Ficsmas gift tree is the really important thing that we need to be able to get going, because you can see here by the description, it produces 15 gifts per minute on its own. So what we need is to get a bunch of the red and a bunch of the blue ornaments up and running. And the next unlock will also be requiring, see, this is the one thing in the middle. this is something that is not yet available on the advent calendar. So this is what we're going to work on for today, is getting these and getting this unlocked, and then maybe getting these up and running. Well, let's see. Let's get this unlocked first so we can get the red and blue going. I think that for the copper and iron ones, we want to go ahead and move out of the yard. I don't think we want to bother doing that here. But for the ornaments, they actually require the smelters. And where is it? And the foundry for the other ones, I believe. So let's just boop. Boop. We need 50 of each. Red. It's a 1 for 1, so 50 packages will do that. And the blue is 1 for 2 for 25 packages. A 2 for 1 deal. So I'll tell you what, let's do here. Let's even up the production rate. Because they were both 5 a minute, I think, right? 5. Oh, 10 per. Well, yeah, 2 per. Because right, because 1 per 2. Right. So right. Yeah. Let's. Oh, I was gonna split off of that, but you know what? I don't want to waste them into the other machines at the moment. We were gonna need all that stuff, but for the moment, we want to focus on just getting this next unlock. We'll need to power everything as well. So 75 is what we're going to need. So let's just have it and throw them in. Make sure we have at least enough. That's all that matters to me. As you can see, the poles now have little wreaths on them, little Christmas wreaths. Isn't that cute? Isn't that special? And let's see, here we go. Let's fit a merger in here, right? Yeah, let's do that. Because again, we're not sticking around here. And we're not, we just cleaned up the yard this episode. We are not leaving all the stuff here in the yard either. We are going to go, I think, to the Dunes Desert, where we are working on our stuff for the space elevator, and we'll just expand off of that, and we will start doing the Ficsmas stuff there, because it's going to take a lot of space. Like I said, this is really going to ramp up on the totals that we're going to need of everything. You know, again, if we look at this next unlock here, that's 200 of each of these. So we're going to need, you know, to be making the blues and the reds and have that manufacturing, and then they're going to need to feed into the iron and the copper. And as you can see, it's just gonna ramp up quite a bit. And I think I know that we are going to need branches. Branches. Let's just do all of them. Just all of the branches. Just so that when we are ready to move on to the next stuff, we'll have some of the branches knocked out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I guess, just time lapse this, and we can sit here and watch this until let's see if we can get an angle where we can see the production. All right, we can see him coming down the line. All right, 50 and 50. All right, ready, set, go. Ding, 50. Let's grab them up. Oh, one more slipped in there. All right. Let's get this unlocked, and we can look at the requirements for the next stuff. Oh, I said I knew we needed more branches, and we needed them. We needed them even sooner than I realized. I'm glad I threw the extra stuff in here. Excellent. All right. Boom, boom, and unlocked. And now you're going to see why it is that we are going to leave this area other than just space requirements. So we now have the ability to make iron and copper ornaments, and their name pretty much probably gives away part of the process. Let's grab smelter, switch it to a foundry. And copper requires copper. So 2 red ornaments and 2 copper ingots makes 1 copper ingot, or ornament. And on the iron ones, they are blue and iron. As you can see, it's a little bit more expensive, 3 and 3 for 1. Of course, iron is a little bit more plentiful, and we get twice as many blue ornaments out of our presents, our gifts, as we do red. So you can see there's a little bit of a counterbalance. But we're going to need 200 of each. And the other thing that we can make now is that we now have access to this. So as you can see, this is only going to take 20 of each ornament type, but it takes 100 of the branches and 50 more gifts. But, once we can get 1 or 2 of these up and running, we really don't have to run around the map too much. We probably will, while they're starting to produce, but we quickly get to the point to where we can become self-sustaining. But we don't have iron and copper here. I mean, obviously we have iron. We have tons of iron. But copper, this area famously has no copper. We have just the copper that we're producing right there, and that's all there is. So what we're going to do is I'm going to let these run out here. We're going to pack everything up, and we're going to head to the Dunes Desert. And yeah, so we need this ornament anyway for unlocking the next thing. So we need to wait beyond today anyway. And between now and when that unlocks, and I'm not sure what day it unlocks, we are going to have a live stream. We're going to set up the area over in the Dunes Desert to get this stuff up and running. And then hopefully within a few days, we'll be able to get that next ornament. All right, well, I think we're going to have to wrap it there. We did have a live stream since that last clip, but we are absolutely out of time. So if you want to see what happened in the live stream, check it out. It's on this channel. The VODs are always available there. But if you don't want to sit through a 4-hour live stream, replay, we'll definitely talk about the progress that was made probably in the next episode and move forward, because we'll have more things that we can unlock, because the advent calendar will give us the next unlockable parts that we need. But to give you a little bit of a preview, you can see, ta-da, we had some decorations. We got a snowman now. Check out this little guy. Let's get up the ground here. There we go. Yeah, he's got the blue ornaments for eyes. He's got nobelisks for a mouth. Pretty big. I love it though. This is great. This is probably a permanent feature here. But you can see I'm surrounded by gifts as well. But yeah, we're going to call it here. It's all the time we have, and there's not really much else we could do at this point anyway. So come back next week. We will make more progress in Ficsmas and see what else we can get done. So thank you very much for coming out. Really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying Ficsmas as much as I am. This is such a fun event, and it's just a great break from the regular game, and I can't wait to make some more progress in it. So be sure to leave a like on your way out, subscribe if you haven't, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.